In this video, we're going to be talking about data types that you have in Python. Okay, so we're going to be looking at integers, it's called int, floats, string, lists, tuples, sets, and dictionaries. Okay. Let's start right away. This is where we started in the last class, so we'll just clear the console. So data types, we start with integers. Integers are what you give for whole numbers, negative, positive, and zero. And that's the type of data you want to talk about something like age, because maybe number, population, you're happy to have something with a decimal. So examples, let's say age equals 22. Okay, you say maybe age population equals, let's say, 22,000. Okay, another type of variable you work with on what's called floats. Okay, floats are when you have decimal. Let's say you want to talk about the population growth rate. So let's say variable, rates, it's be 95.5, or let's is an example of a float. In Python, you can always find out what type of variable by using the type command. So the type function, sorry. So whenever you say, okay, let's say type rates, to tell you, oh, that's a float. Let's say type age, the variable we call age, it's an int variable. So it's very easy in Python. Just you don't have to, like some other programs that you have to follow before you assign a variable. You have to determine the kind of data, the type of data you're going to be entering in Python. You don't need all that. Just mention whatever, assign whatever variable you want to, whatever data you want to assign to any variable. So what about string? Of course, that string refers to text row data. How you assign that is, let's say, create the variable first name. We assign, we'll put it in quotes. Let's say Adam. So you can say type of Adam, first name. And you see it's a string. So string is anything you put in. And whatever you put in double quotes or single quotes is taken automatically as a string variable. Let's say Daniels. So it's still a string. Okay. Yeah. Concatenation. This is called concatenation. In case you want to put two strings, so you want to add two strings together. For example, let's say I'm creating a variable for name, and it's going to be a combination of the first name and the last name. First, you use a plus. Of course, I understand in plus for integers and floats, it's different. Once a string is 37, in what is this? Adam Daniels. Of course, there is no space here, so if you want to add that, you can come back and say, okay, I want you to add and a string of containing just white space, and then we're good to go. Okay. We're about to talk about built-in functions in string. Yeah, we already talked about function. We already mentioned the type of function in the last video where we looked at the prints. Typically, functions involve the function name and then some brackets, where what comes in becomes the input, okay, to the function. What are functions? We'll talk more about functions in later video, but for now, just understand that functions are what we use to do a block of code you want to execute, maybe at different points, without having to write the set of code over and over. It just makes things faster for you. Okay, so we want string that's a lot of inbuilt functions. I'll just talk about a couple of them. Let me start with the upper. This is just to convert to uppercase. Let's say I want the first name in uppercase. So I just need to do this. That's upper, and that's all. So what I have is converted to uppercase. Okay, same thing for lowercase. I just come like this and so first name dot lower close brackets rather than lowercase. Okay, what about I just want A to be in capital and D in capital. That's called what's called a title case. Just again call this capitalize. And there you are. Well, that's okay. That's because we already defined it to be capital. Okay, but I can create another. Let's say lower case, and then I say dot capitalize. So you see that the first word is in capital. What happens if let's say this is let's see. Okay, so it just capitalizes the first word. Okay, there are many other functions. So I suppose we should have a different class if we want to talk about strings and everything about string. Basic ones that you need with other functions like find, in case you want to find a kind of character or a set of string within a string. We have format. We have strip. Strip strings your string in case you have words. Okay, let's assume the user, a certain user is to enter name, and this happens a lot where okay, I type my name and say Adam, and there's a space somehow maybe generated by the browser or something. There's a space after, and for me, before I can enter this into my database, I really don't think because or username the 23, and you don't know there's a space you add, sometimes there's even a space here on this side. whenever you want to log in, you want to put a down only for getting this. So normally it's also good to trim whatever inputs you're getting. Okay, so strip removes all the leading and trailing white space. Okay, let me talk about the formats. Format method. Format helps you to determine the method, the kind of data type, the kind of way you want your string to appear. It's very useful with the print function. I'll just demonstrate an example. Let's say you're writing a long story. Hello. Okay, username, whatever name the person is putting here, just put it hello so. How are you? You are, let's say, something years old. Okay, this is the end of quote. So I want this to be written rather than putting in the name. I'll just come here and then say dot format, and then I'll put whatever data should be here. This and this. I'll have it here. Let's say okay. Present is last name. And yes, so this age, I think we define age or something. So what is happens? Okay, let's run. Hello, Daniels. How are you? You're 22 years old. Very simple. Another way you can do this. Let's say you're 22 years old. Bye. You're handing yours. Bye. And the name again. Now I can come in and just say, okay, comma, last name. So it's going to attach. This will be here in the order you wrote it. Let's assume this is so much stress for me. I don't want. Can't you come on? You can come here and say, okay, this is 0. So index, that is the 0. Most programming languages generally they have indexing starting from 0. Indexing is okay, the order. So this is the first. So you could say, look, formats in whatever you have there. Bring the first word there. First input here, put it here. The second one will be 1, and the third one will still be 0. I want it to buy whatever is the last name, buy last name. So you can do it this way. And hello Daniels, how are you? You are 22 years old, by Daniels. Okay, this is kind of why is everything on the same line? That's how it prints. You have to tell Python you want a new line for you to honor it. I mean, it's garbage in, garbage out for computer. So you don't tell it what to do, it's not going to do it. Okay, so that introduces us to what we call escape characters. So escape characters in Python, just like many other programming languages, you use your backslash. For new line, you use backslash n, and for this, for new tab, for tab, you use backslash t. So I can write the same thing again and say hello this, and then backslash n. Here I want it to be is this, and then here should be double line. Let's see how this appears. Oh, I guess I'm missing something there. Is it okay? Okay, you have to be printing. So you have to be printing wherever. This only works when you're in the print mode. So, hello Dennis. How are you? New line, right, Dennis. This is the tab. That's an indentation. So the escape character is used these. And there are other things you need that escape character to do. Let's say maybe you're struggling with your quotation marks. Let's say I'm trying to write something. Okay, string equals let's say hi, I'm your friend. I'm trying to assign this variable, and of course you can see it's a string because Python is assuming that this is your end of quotes. But I'm just using this for a contraction. So how do I fix it? Two ways. I can change this to double quotes, and then this becomes double quotes, and that way I'll be able to get my output. Another way is you can just say you can use the escape character, the backslash. Inside the backslash, when you do that, you're telling me please ignore this quotation mark computer, so that way you will still be doing the achieving the same output. I am your friend. So whenever we need to escape, there are other keys used for the escape characters. Don't worry, we cannot cover everything in this course, but you can always go to documentation, several documentations you get online, and you will learn more about that. So still on string, yeah. What do we need to touch about string again? Okay, print. Another way to print this. Okay, let's assume print. You can use the print command this way. Hello. Please pay pay. Let's say to the 50. No. And you print it. Okay, this is on price. There's a variable called price equals 2.50, and then let's say string. Let's say okay, I want to write string 2 is hello, please. Oh, sorry. We can do this way. So instead of putting this here, you can put you want to use it in a print. Okay, in print you have to change this to percent. Since it's a floating point decimal, the data is paid. Okay, put F there, and after this you put do something like this and put into brackets price. I know it's a little clumsy, but it's not difficult. The format is put wherever you want to write, and then you have your percent. This F is just a placeholder. Percent F will represent a variable that is going, that your team, a variable will come in here. It's going to be a float, and then after the whole thing, you define what the variable is. So in case you have more than one variable coming in, let's say, okay, you are 22 years old. So just say percent, and D is what you use for integers. And make sure here you have what is coming, which is age. Remember, we already defined age over there. So please pay this, you're 22 years old. What if you want to make this something, this is too long, so we can adjust it here. When you're specifying for float, you are allowed to say how much values before the decimal. I want it to 2 decimal places, so 0.2. The entire thing, okay, 0.2, sorry. The entire thing, I would want it to say, okay, 4. The entire length of this. Let's see how this works out now. So you see, it's now reduced to 2.50. We can play around with this and see if we say, okay, 3. Okay, that's how it was. Now you have 3 decimal places. Okay, what if age, okay, sorry, age price is changed now to 0.5, 0.25. So now you see. Now let's move on to the next data type, and that's called list. What's a list? A list is a list in Python. When you need to, sometimes, okay, you want to say age 1, age 2, age of student 1, age of student 2, age of student 3, age of student 4. We don't have different variables for all of that. You can combine it into a list and say, okay, age of students, and then how you define it is square brackets, whatever, everything. You can have an empty square bracket, that's fine. But if you're not going to have an empty square bracket, empty list, all your list should be, the items in the list should be separated by a comma. I mean, that's close to natural English. So let's say the age 22, 23, 22 again, 25, 19, 19. Okay. So if you want to print that, you say print this. So that is the rule. Lists in Python are ordered. That is, you have to follow the sequence. They are ordered, and index. This is normally index 0, 1, 2. Like I said earlier, in Python, in this indexing starts from 0, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So in case you want to refer to age of students, let's say the first guy, the first in our list, that's as you put square bracket and put 0. So that's 22. You want to refer to the second guy, that's 1. You want to refer to the third guy, that's 2. Let's say you want to refer to the fifth guy. What number do you put? That's definitely 4. What if you want to refer to the last guy? Can we have negative indices? Let's assume -1. Is it allowed? Yes. What it just does is, rather than start counting from here, you start counting in the other way, that is from the back. So -1, we expect it to be the last guy there, 19. Minus 2 will be, again, 19. Minus 3 will be this, and that's how it goes. What if you want to take a kind of sub list? You want to make a sub list from here. You say, I'll call the first two guys. It's simple. Just say 0 to 1. That is index 0 to index 1. But in Python, you have to, whenever you want to, the last has to have an extra 1. It's kind of, don't worry, you get it. Instead of saying to 1, if you say to 1, it just picks only this. But he expects you, if you want to stop at this, he expects you to tell it this. So it will give you just this. So I need the first two, so I have to type 0 to 2 and then to count 0, 1 and stop there. Let's see. Same thing, I want to start 2 to 4. 2 to 4 will definitely give me index 2, which is, this is 0, 1, 2, and then 4, this is 3, this is 4. So it's going to give me only this. Let's try something else. Let's say I'm just saying nothing to 2. What do you think it will give me? Yeah, to start from the first. It automatically assumes you mean start from the first. So what about, I could try a lot of things. Say 2 to nothing. This will give me to the end. So you just assume, oh, you need everything to the end. It's so interesting. What about some commands in lists? How do you do some functions that you can do with lists? Yeah, I just introduced some functions. Number one is sort. Sort is used if you need to arrange that. So you need to arrange this. Why? One is 22. The 19 guys are the last. I thought I'll prefer 19 guys to be in when they are young. So come here. Dot sort. And that's all. When you do this, it's just going to do it in ascending order. So now you have altered this data, this list there. It's changed. If you output now, you notice it's no longer in the order it used to be. So we have to be very careful when using the sort function. It's always it's recommended that you make a backup of the original data, just because in case I still need the original data now, it's lost. So it's always okay to make a backup if you know you will need the original data, because once you use this function, it changes everything. What about if I want to sort it based in the other way? Just put reverse equals true. Note your true must start with a capital T for this to work. Python Boolean data starts with capital. True is either true or false, and so is capital. So now it's in descending order. Okay. But what about if you want to increase this list? Oh, I forgot there are some new students. I need to hide their age. It's simple, just two ways. You either look for what's the last index. So to quickly get the length of any list, you use the function len in Python, len, and put it like this. And to tell you, so this is a len. There are 6 student ages here. So you just need to come in the age of students 6. because it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So the sixth guy, and then whatever name you want to, whatever age, maybe it's 18 now. Okay, so yeah, that will return error. I made a mistake. You don't use this. But what you just use is the append. Append function, and then what do you want to add? I'm adding 18. So now age of students. Now the 18 guys is now around. What about if you need to remove? Oh, sorry, I made that in error. So I just say your student POP. What do you want to remove? 18. So you gotta call 18 there. Oh no. It's not. You can't refer it to it by 18. You have to refer to it by the index. So yes, the sixth element. So 18 guy is gone. Another way is to use the delete command. Just say del page of students. Maybe I want to remove the first guy, 0. So now if I ask to see the list, oh, sorry, I made a mistake. Del age of students. This function, this keyword is delete. It means this variable is gone. You will see error. It's not defined. I made a mistake. So that's another lesson. Be careful when you want to use this because it deletes, and whatever is deleted by this is gone. All right. Now let's talk about tuples. Tuple is another kind of data in Python. In tuple, it's just like lists, but few differences. Number one, you're using round brackets instead of square brackets. Then you cannot modify tuples easily the way you do for lists. So yes, that's a kind of restriction, but it's also useful if you want to store some data that you really don't want to accidentally delete. You really don't want to accidentally modify. Sorry, you can always delete any variable. So maybe the calendar dates or list of countries that you're going to use. Okay, let me make an example. Days of week. How you define a tuple is just put everything in round brackets and say Monday, Tuesday. So you have days of week. Now the tuple is ready. Same way you can refer to tuples, the same way you reference your list. So square brackets and the index, it's the same. Now this tuple we cannot easily modify or change. Usually what we do is to overwrite. Okay. Of course, in list and tuples we can have duplicate. Sometimes it's okay. Just take note. Let's talk about sets. Set is just like tuple, except that they are unordered. We use curly brackets for sets. I think that's another reason. And here it's not ordered, therefore it's you cannot have duplicates. This is what I mean. my set will be okay. Orange, apple. You can have this. That's a set. And you cannot have duplicates. For example, let's say A, B, because it's not ordered, it's not the other, it's the only way it's not my set 0, my set 1, like you have yeah, so you can have the first element, the second, it doesn't arrange it in its own memory. It's orange, apple, so if you have a duplicate, there is no way it can access that, because every item has to have a unique identifier. So that is what you have about set. It's also immutable. You can easily modify it, just like Tuples. Okay, now let's talk about dictionary now. And this is not what you use to find the meaning of words, your lexicon. In Python, dictionary refers to a kind of combination of everything. Okay, it uses the curly brackets as well, and you store your value just like set, but here you store your value in key value pairs. It's called key value pairs. This is similar to something what is called associative array in PHP, and in JavaScript it's something called objects. This is one I love so much. I love to use. Let's see my dictionary. Oh, sorry. Let me look for a name that's because it's I can say students data is you have name, data, age, age is maybe 42, grade is B. So it can contain all kinds of data. You can have in a dictionary, you can have string, you can have integer, you can have floats, you can have also including another list or dictionary. You can have that. So if you want to reference any info here, you come and say, okay, you refer it by the key. That's a name, and that's the name. Also, read a mistake there. I didn't put that in. Same thing for age, for grade, you easily reference. If you want to modify the info, maybe, sorry, that name is a mistake. Oh, okay, and I want the name should, it was wrongly spelled. The name should be Adams, just overwrite. Refer to it and assign the correct value, so that when you see that it's changed. Okay, that's how to modify If you want to add more data, just of course, that's fine. Let's do that. Now, let's say you want to add another field, which is the sex. Is okay, was let's say M. So you have it. If you want to delete any, so use the keywords. Just maybe you want to delete. Oh, sorry, there is no field, such field as sex. Click out this and it's gone. Okay, so we talk about different data types. Maybe I didn't talk about Boolean. Boolean represents true or false data. So maybe it's the same thing. Is Python on say true. Make sure it's capital letter T. So you can always print that as well. Or let's say type. The type of data is Python from it's Boolean. So as for Boolean data, so it's either true or it's false. With so far so good, we've come to the end of the class on data type in Python. And in the next video, we will be looking at control structures, if statement, while loop, for loop, try blocks in Python. Be sure to hit the like button, share, subscribe. See you in the next video.